Hey guys, welcome back. This time I'm going to redo the intro to the Sovereign Citizen Back on Stupid. You guys remember Ryan from the supermarket one I did, where he was running around without a mask, and what was around his neck? A mask. But anyway, he's back on Stupid. He's been back for about 4 months now, and let's just say he didn't get any better. But anyway, let's check out the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. You'll see me come through some commentary here and there.
Hello everybody, this is Ryan, Alton, Sovereign Citizen. This is my channel, and I want to be able to properly teach everybody step by step on how to effectively file for your UCC1, how to become a real sovereign, how to access your trust account, how to basically gain control of what is rightfully yours, your strawman account. And a lot of people don't even understand what it is, or basically the fact that when your parents sign your birth certificate, they're basically putting you into a government system and creating a debtor's account. You're basically a debt. You're not even a person. And when you basically go inside of a courtroom and you notice how there's all capital letters on your name inside those motions, they're addressing you as a corporate fiction. You're a corporation. You're not a human person. You're basically lost at sea or a dead person. There are a lot of ways that you can go about doing this. But first, I want to be able to explain to you that I am an attorney. I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer. I'm not an attorney.
He's actually neither. He states in here that he's not even going to law school. He's going to law school after this school, if he's even in school.
I want people to know there's a big difference between a lawyer and an attorney.
No, there isn't. There's no difference at all. And there you go. Right there. Generally speaking, an attorney or attorney at law is a person who's a member of a legal profession. But attorney is qualified to license to represent a client in court. By most definitions, an attorney may act on client's behalf and plead or defend a case legal proceedings. Lawyer, by definition, is someone who's trained in the field of the law and provides advice in legal matters. But in the U.S., an attorney and lawyer are considered synonyms, which are the same thing. Don't know where he gets his information from. Wait, I know. YouTube's University. Got to get his money back on that.
A lawyer is somebody that has knowledge of the law, someone that practices the law, someone that is not allowed to represent you in court. And I want you to understand, when somebody like an attorney does represent you in court, they're basically saying that they're you. They speak for you. They are you. So everything that they say, you're saying. They have the right to speak for you. A lawyer does not have the right to speak for you. A lawyer is a practicing attorney that knows the law or is practicing what the law is, and basically is establishing a sense of what the law really is. And I've been going to the court system for quite some time now, about over 10 years. I've learned so much.
Yeah, probably for everything you did wrong. Getting arrested and everything. There's several videos on his channel of him getting arrested. I don't know what to say about this guy.
I am in school right now, finishing up my bachelor's degree.
Notice he doesn't say of what.
So I'm not in law school yet. I am working on my bachelor's. This is my last year, and then I'll be going off to law school. But there is a lot of things that I've learned in the court system, and I want to give you some valuable information. One would be that when you go inside of a traffic court, or a criminal court, or anything that has to do with like a corpus delicti, which is like an injured party, it's just a law term.
Here he goes with that again. Corpus delicti does not mean injured party. I'm going to put this out. I'm hoping he sees this. I really am. That's what it means. That's the definition of corpus delicti. Yes, in Latin, it means body of crime. That's literally the Latin term. It's a dead language. Latin don't change. Like the English language or many other languages, it doesn't change. That's why we use Latin for science terms. Never changes. But it just means it's evidence. That's all it is. Why do they cherry pick this?
It's a different language, basically. So they always tell you, the judge always asks you, how do you plead? They want you to plead either not guilty or guilty, right? Well,
Or
obviously
no
you say
contest.
not guilty. That's what most people would do. That's what remotely anybody would do, I guess, in that situation, right? But they don't tell you one thing. There's not just only a not guilty or guilty plea. You could actually challenge their jurisdiction right up front.
And guaranteeing you get laughed out of court. It never works. There is a way you can do that. You can challenge the jurisdiction. I looked it up before. I can't find it again. But you can challenge the jurisdiction of a court to change venue. It never happens. It's extremely rare. Again, cherry pick.
Because once you say not guilty in the courtroom, you're essentially saying that a claim actually does exist.
He got not guilty and guilty backwards. I'm the only excuse I'll accept. If you say not guilty, you're saying you're not guilty. You didn't do it. If you say guilty, you admit you're wrong, and there's evidence against it. There's evidence. Idiot.
You're giving them jurisdiction when you say not guilty. You're saying that the charges that they're bringing forth exist, and you're acknowledging that they exist by pleading not guilty. You're just trying to now say that either you didn't do it, or you're trying to find a way out of the charges that have been brought against you. But filing a jurisdiction motion, a challenge jurisdiction, and basically telling them the basic 7 elements of jurisdiction, number 4, by the way, is somebody that is an accuser that cannot be an agency, it cannot be a police officer.
Here's where he messes up his own script. I actually looked that up. I will place that in the description below. The 7 elements of jurisdiction is from a sovereign citizen site, and it clearly states there it can be a cop. The accuser can be a cop. You get pulled over for a traffic violation. If you contest it, the police officer shows up and he says, yes, I witnessed him doing this. He is then your accuser. He represents the state in this. It's as much about law I know. Trust me, I'm not a lawyer. I don't study law. I'm actually in school for psychology. My brother's in school for law. And he gives me a lot of my advice I need too. Plus, we have a family lawyer who's been in our family for more than 40 years. But that's absolute bull.
it has to be some physical, identifiable person, an actual citizen, that comes to court and signs a complaint against you. So an accuser has to come to court. And I want to let you guys know, once again, it cannot be an agency, a police officer. It has to be some identifiable person. And they don't want you to know that. So anytime you go in front of a courtroom that has a traffic violation, the police officer is the accuser. And they know that they're not supposed to be the accuser. So what you're supposed to do is supposed to file the jurisdiction motion, and you have to let them know and break down what the 7 elements of jurisdictions are. And it's really vital to let them know that number 4 states that there has to be an accuser. There has to be. And when there's not an accuser, they don't have jurisdiction. It means that there is no criminal case being taken place, or there is no valuable complaint. This automatically gives you grounds for dismissal. Automatically. And what I could do, obviously not in this video, but what I could do is display a tutorial on how to actually file a motion to challenge jurisdiction in a traffic court.
If he does that video, I will be posting it. I'm gonna monitor his channel, but I will post it.
Or this could help a lot of people. It's very beneficial in criminal court too. So let's say you're getting charged with a drug offense, possession of narcotics or a controlled substance, or any kind of drug. When there is not an injured party, which there never is in a possession charge, you shouldn't be getting charged with a criminal offense.
That's absolute bull as well. They have legit evidence, physical evidence that says you had this. Yes, that's a criminal offense. What kind of lawyer is he? I wouldn't have him represent me in a traffic ticket. Holy cow.
There needs to be a injured party. And there isn't when it comes down to those type of criminal cases. Now, these types of gray areas in the law that I utilize against the system will not work when there is an accuser. I want to remind you that. Let's say you've damaged some property, you've stolen some property, you've kidnapped somebody, you raped somebody, you beat somebody up, you killed somebody. Anytime there is an injured party involved that is going to come to court as the accuser and point you out inside of a courtroom alleging that you committed such crimes, these common law, the common law will not be sufficient enough inside these courtrooms. You can't use it.
How about none of this will be sufficient in any courtroom?
It's just not going to work. The law of the land is common law. And when you go inside these courtrooms, you're in Almighty courtrooms. It's the law of the sea. It's international contract law. So whenever you sign like an identification card or a driver's license, you're entering into a contract with the state. And you're essentially giving up your rights when you do that. But they don't tell you that. So these contracts are through deceit. And that is also a way you can get out of these traffic tickets as well, is by acknowledging to the court that you were not aware of such contract, that you did not enter such contract willfully, voluntarily, or knowingly, or intelligently. and you were not aware that you were essentially giving up your right to travel, which is something that you have a right to do. It's a liberty, a civil liberty. Now, it's not an amendment. People need to understand that there is a big difference between the 14th Amendment or the Freedom of Movement Amendment. That it's different than the civil liberty right to travel. It's
Okay, let me clear that up right here. I actually have the website, the Freedom of Movement. It's on Wikipedia. Again, it will be in the description. The Freedom of Movement states that you have the right to move between states without passport. And yeah, I'll even show it to you. I'm going to stray away from his video. It says it right here. Constitutional freedom. Let me see. See, right here, it does not imply the right to use any particular mode of travel, such as driving an automobile, Hendrick versus Maryland. Okay, it states that, where is it? Again, this will all be in the description below. I'm trying to find it really quick. I found it earlier. Says you can move within the state or something like that. Let me see. Oh, come on. Where is it? How about this? I'll just leave it in the description below. Again, this video is going to be long enough as it is. Back to him being stupid.
completely different. Just like you need a license to do business, to make money, to essentially for profit, for commerce.
Now, here's where he confuses driving license, which is a privilege, not a right, with a business license, which is kind of like a privilege, but you have the right to own a business, obviously, but you need to have a license for it. I think it's always been like that. I haven't looked it up. I haven't bothered to look it up, but I have a feeling it's always been like that. Leave me a comment below if it hasn't, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but I think it's always been the fact that you needed a license to run a business. License to sell liquor. License to sell cigarettes. Things like that.
And that is basically what you're doing when you're entering into these driver's license contracts. You're entering into a contract with the state saying that you're going to be using or occupying your vehicle for business, profit, compensation, fare, fee, or hire. Now, if you're not doing that, if you're not an Uber driver, if you're not a Lyft driver, if you're not a delivery driver, if you're not a taxi driver, you don't need a license. You don't need those plates. You only need a license when you are engaging in business for commercial purposes. You're making money. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, when you think about it, you need a license to sell alcohol, you need a license to own a restaurant, to do business, to conduct business. Whenever you're making money, you need a license for that. So why do I need a license to utilize a right that I have? Because they're not allowed to attach a fee, license, a right. They're just not allowed to do that. They are lying to a lot of people just to gain revenue. The driver's license is a huge revenue system for the courts and the police and all these agencies that work inside the city and the state. They rely on this kind of stuff. It is a cash cow system. People need to understand that. And during my next video, I'm going to be able to explain to you and give you a tutorial on how to file these motions, what case law you could use that's very beneficial for your case. Like as far as the Supreme Court overturning convictions already, saying that there is no requirement for a driver's license. There's also case laws giving you the right to travel. There is just mountains of case law. I can't recite them off the top of my head, but there are.
Probably because they don't exist.
I mean, there's over like 100 of these, and there's a lot that actually have been done in Cook County, and they're very, very beneficial. And I get really tired of most of my channel is comical for entertainment, but I really want to be able to explain to people how this really works, and how it's been working for me, and how it can work for you. And this information is so valuable that it should be known to everybody. And I want to be able to get people to actually believe this stuff, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people are brainwashed, controlled by the media. They have absolutely no mind of their own. They believe whatever they've been told. And if it goes against what they've been told, it doesn't make sense to them. Or it's not true. It's not factual. They don't believe it. And it's a shame. These attorneys need licenses now, but when Abraham Lincoln was a lawyer, he didn't need a license. Abraham Lincoln was a lawyer.
Here you go. I'm sure we all knew Abraham Lincoln was a lawyer as before he was a president. I'm sure we knew that. And I don't know if anybody knows the fact that he actually had a liquor. He was actually a bartender as well. Probably the only president in history to have a bartender's license as well. There you go. He obtained his law license. 25. Look at that. Right there. The website for this will be in the description as well.
Did anybody know that? The attorney is for a bar association membership card. Okay? It's a corporation that they've made to basically make money off people. And going back to the UCC1, you could gain access to your strawman, to your trust account. Your trust account is your birth certificate when they sign you over to the government so they can exchange money with foreign agencies. You're a debt to them. And they collect money off your name. They make money off your name. They borrow money off your name. And you can gain access to that account. And you could claim your trust account and have full access to all the funds that is being used by the government for yourself. You can eliminate all your debts. You could basically go inside of an abandoned property, fix it up a little bit, and file a lien and claim it as yours.
That is called stealing. An abandoned property, yes, it's abandoned, but most of which still have someone who actually owns it. That's any property. Someone actually owns that. It's just, obviously, they're not doing anything with it. That's called stealing.
I'll be able to go over that with you guys as well. This video is just basically a start of what I will be doing instead of doing my typical comical videos. Because obviously it gets nowhere with my viewers. I just get a lot of negative reactions, and I'm tired of that.
Can't imagine why.
I actually want people to succeed at what I've succeeded and the knowledge that I've gained, because it's truly inspiring, it's valuable, and beneficial. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my channel. My channel's name obviously is Ryan Esquire. My name is Ryan Alton though.
No, it's not.
And like I said, I'm a
Okay, pretty much that's where the video ends. His channel name isn't Ryan Esquire. I found it under Sovereign Citizen. He's back under that name again. There's gonna be a few of them. Again, I will monitor his channel, see if he actually posts them other ones there. But as you guys can see, he is still on the stupid. I think he took an extra cup of it today. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave some comments. I love hearing from you guys. I respond to them as fast as I can and as best as I can as well. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. And as always, stay safe.